Long ago, nestled between a great forest and a winding river, there stood a peaceful African village where humans and nature lived side by side. The people respected the land, the rivers, and the trees, believing that every living creature had a purpose. In that village lived a kind-hearted boy named Kato. Unlike the other children, Kato loved spending his days deep inside the forest. He fed hungry birds, rescued injured animals, and admired every creature he encountered. The other children laughed at him. They mocked him, saying he cared more about animals than people. But Kato never allowed their words to change his heart. He simply smiled and continued showing kindness wherever he went. One afternoon, while walking through the forest, Kato heard the desperate cry of a colorful parrot trapped beneath a fallen branch. Without hesitation, he rushed over, lifted the heavy branch, and carefully fed the frightened bird. As the parrot spread its wings and flew into the sky, a mysterious old woman emerged from the forest. She smiled warmly at Kato. "My child," she said, "few people help others without expecting something in return." She gently placed her hands on Kato's forehead. A soft light surrounded him as she whispered, "From this day forward, you shall understand the language of every living creature." The old woman slowly disappeared into the forest. Moments later, Kato heard a tiny voice. "Thank you, my friend." Startled, he looked around. It was the parrot. Before long, the entire forest came alive. Birds greeted one another, monkeys jumped among themselves, elephants shared ancient stories. Every animal spoke, and for the first time, Kato understood every single word. Before leaving completely, the mysterious woman gave him one final warning. "This gift is precious. Use it only to protect life, never to be selfish again." That very evening, Kato overheard a frightened animal of monkeys speaking. "The hunters are coming," they cried. "They are bringing fire." Nearby, an old elephant lowered his head. "I have seen this before," he said. "Whenever the fire goes, the fire loses its voice." Without wasting a second, Kato ran back to the village. He gathered everyone together and warned them. "The forest is in danger. Fire is coming." But the villagers laughed. Since when do monkeys predict danger? They mocked. Only the oldest elder remained silent. He looked at Kato's eyes and sensed that the boy truly believed every word he had spoken. Suddenly, thousands of birds burst into the sky. Even the elders had never seen anything like it. Moments later, the wind carried the smell of burning wood. The villagers turned towards the forest in shock as smoke rose above the trees. The village chief raised the staff. "Whether this warning came from a boy or from animals themselves, we cannot ignore it." Immediately, the villagers began clearing dry bushes and digging fire breaks around the village. As night fell, flames appeared beyond the forest. Animals ran desperately towards the village. The greatest test of courage had begun. The fire spread through the forest like a hungry beast. Trees cracked, smoke filled the sky, animals fled in every direction. The villagers stood frozen with fear. Kato stepped forward. "Do not panic," he shouted. "The animals know this forest better than any of us. If we work together, we can stop the fire." At Kato's request, the elephants rushed to the river. Again and again, they filled their trunks with water and spread the advancing flames. The monkeys swung from tree to tree, warning every animal to escape. Thousands of birds flew to the sky, guiding lost creatures towards safety. Inspired by Kato's courage, the villagers formed long lines from the river, passing buckets of water from one person to another. Together, humans and animals fought side by side. As the battle continued, the mysterious old woman appeared once more. She smiled proudly as she watched humans and animals standing together. Just before sunrise, the final flames died away. The forest was shattered, but it had survived. Together, they had saved countless lives. The old woman turned to Kato. "Kindness opened your eyes to the voice of the nature," she said. "Never forget, those who protect life will always find friends where others see only wild creatures." From that day, the people no longer feared the animals. They became their protectors. Kato became known as the boy who united two worlds. Months passed, but the rain never came. The scorching sun dried the river. The land cracked beneath the heat. Animals wandered for miles, searching for water. The village walls were nearly empty. Crops withered. Fear spread through the land once again. The oldest elephant approached Kato. "There is an ancient spring hidden beyond the whispering hills." But few remember the path. Filled with hope, Kato began the journey. The elephants walked side by side with him while the birds flew overhead, guiding the way. Knowing to them, a jealous hunter secretly followed. He believed the hidden spring would make him rich and powerful. At sunrise, they searched the whispering hills. The wind whispered through the rock. as though the land itself was speaking. Following the song of the bird and the wisdom of the elephant, Kato discovered a crystal clear spring hidden deep among the rock. But before anyone could celebrate, the hunter rushed forward. "This spring belongs to me," he shouted. He blocked everyone from reaching the waters. Without violence, the animal gathered together. Elephant, birds, monkey, antelope, and zebra surrounded the spring. The hunter looked around. For the first time, he realized that greed could never defeat unity. Ashamed, he lowered his spear. Tears filled his eyes. Kato stepped forward and offered him his hand. Everyone deserves a second chance when they choose to change. The hunter accepted. The crystal spring flowed freely once again. Villagers filled their pots, animals drank peacefully beside them. Days later, dark clouds gathered across the sky. The long-awaited rain finally returned. The rivers overflowed. The field became green again. Flower blossomed. The forest echoed with joyful song. As everyone celebrated, the mysterious woman appeared one final time. She smiled proudly at Kato. "The greatest gift was never the ability to speak with animals," she said. "It was the kindness that allowed you to listen." Before disappearing into the forest forever, she whispered, "Teach your people to protect nature, and one day, others will learn to hear its voice as well." From that day forward, Kato became known as the guardian of the forest. Children learned from him, hunters respected the balance of nature, the people and the animal lived together in peace. And so, the legend of the boy who spoke to animal was passed from one generation to the next. It reminds us that when we treat nature with kindness and respect, it becomes our greatest friend.